Mr. Traveler here. Thank you for tuning in to Travel News. This is our new series that we're bringing to you. You know, we pop in every now and then to bring you travel news, but we're going to make this a recurring series that we bring to you every week. And sometimes even when there's hot news that pops up, we may bring this and pop this up to you even sooner than that. Because this is our first episode, I did want to dig back into a couple of stories that have happened fairly recently, and I wanted to talk to them, share my opinions, and I wanted to get your feedback on it too, to see what you guys think about these things that are going on. Number one, let's talk about what's going on with Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is planning to open, finally. There's been plans going back and forth with the Bahamian government, but finally it's been confirmed that the Royal Caribbean Beach Club will open up in 2025 in Nassau, Bahamas. It's going to be a public-private partnership with the Bahamian government, and the locals can own up to 49% equity in the company, which I think is pretty good. They'll be doing a lot of, providing a lot of the local services like security, transportation, some of the vending and things like that. So what's going to be included in there is there's going to be it's a beach club, right? So there'll be food, there'll be cabanas, there'll be umbrellas, chairs, and it's going to be on a beautiful strip of property. Do you know where it's going to be at, ladies and gentlemen? And this is kind of like why Royal Caribbean is my favorite cruise line. They are really gangster for this one. When you pull into the port in Nassau, of course, to the one side of your ship is Nassau, and to the other side of the ship you may see Paradise Island and that little strip of land that separates the bay from the ocean. That is where the Royal Caribbean Beach Club is going to be. So, you know, just think about that psychologically. You're on a Carnival cruise and you pull up and your guests are looking over at the Royal Caribbean Beach Club or any other cruise line for that matter. So, I mean, it's going to be like right there in your face. So I think, but it's going to really enhance, you know, I'm sure 99.99% of you watching this video have been to Nassau on a cruise. And a lot of people who are repeat cruisers, you know, have gotten kind of a little bit bored. There's not, you know, a ton to do. You've done all the excursions and things like that there. So this is going to open up another venue for you to be able to get some things for you to do there in conjunction with the new port that they're building, which looks to be pretty exciting as well. So they're really working on Nassau to improve the things that are there and improve your experience in that port. So bravo to Royal Caribbean and the Bahamian government for moving forward with the Royal Caribbean Beach Club. Can't wait to try it out. Number two, now this is the one I've been waiting to talk to you guys about. And I'm really curious to see your engagement with this. Comment below and let us know how you feel about this. But Carnival Cruise Line is finally cracking down on bad behaviors on board the cruise ships. And I know you heard this because everybody's been talking about this, but I really like to get your guys' feedback on this with Carnival Cruise Line. So the President Christine Duffy came out and put out a video discussing these issues, specifically citing marijuana issues and fighting. There's been quite a few fights as of recently. So now, with this new very strict policy, there's going to be an acknowledgement of this new policy during your check-in process, so there's no questions that you didn't know or whatever the case may be. They're also going to increase the presence of drug sniffing dogs at the ports and at the destinations. So, you know, try to crack down on some of that. And for the curfews, they're going to put a 1 a.m. curfew on anybody 17 or younger. Personally, I think that should be a little bit earlier, like maybe midnight. I don't know. What do you guys? I'm curious to see what you guys feel about that. So the penalties for this, you may be wondering, is a $500 fine and or confinement in your stateroom. And I would imagine in some cases, severe cases where you have fighting and things like that, you'll be banned from the cruise line. But I'm really happy to see this. I can't tell you how many times we've been on these cruises and we've had to put up with people next door smoking marijuana on their balcony and all that stuff. I just, number one, it's a safety hazard. Number two, I really don't want to smell it. I'm paying my money just like everybody else is paying their money to enjoy their cabin and their balcony. and I don't do things on my balcony or in my room to make other people's vacation unpleasant. I keep my music down very low. You're not going to hear my music out on the balcony and things like that. And I don't want to, smell marijuana and stuff like that when I'm on my vacation. So I think this is an excellent move by Carnival, because as a travel advisor, there's many times where we have clients looking to do short cruises, weekend cruises. And to be very frank with you, a lot of times we try to steer away from the weekend Carnival cruises because of issues like this. Much more safer on the 5, 6, 7 day cruises. You don't tend to have that as much. But these shorter cruises end up, before this policy goes into effect, we're really affecting it, and I bet you it's affecting their bottom line. So bravo to them for doing this, and hopefully it is well enforced on board these ships. Please let us know how your experiences have been in recent times, if you've seen any of these things taking place, or if you know anybody that's had these penalties. I'm very curious. So also curious on your thoughts on Carnival's new policy. Number 3, sticking with Carnival, one of the things that really excited me from earlier this year, that I'm so glad they did, is they made Emeril Lagasse their chief culinary officer for the cruise line. And I'm really excited about that. We got a chance to see Emeril. We went to the preview for the Carnival celebration, and he was looking great on there. Coming up as a young adult, it was my absolute favorite show to watch, the Emeril Live. I mean, he built the modern Food Network channel. He is the reason the Food Network exists. It was Emeril Live. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy his cooking. I've been to a few of his restaurants and really enjoy his cuisine. And of course, we've been to his restaurants on board the Mardi Gras and the celebration, his bistro restaurants. So in addition to having the bistro restaurants, now Emeril will have a hand in developing culinary talent for the ships. He will have input on some of the menu items and things like that to help improve the menu. And you will see his recommendations on some of the main dining room menus. So it'll say like an Emeril suggestion or whatever it may say on there. Can't wait to see what it actually says on the menu. But they'll have that on there where he makes recommendations for you while you're in the main dining room enjoying the fare. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm curious to see how the cuisine is going to change or evolve now that he's involved. We've been on tons and tons and tons of Carnival cruises, very familiar with the cuisine and the menu. So I'm curious to see how this changes and how the flavors change or are enhanced. So bravo to Carnival. I mean, you think about this. They got Emeril, they got Shaq, they got Guy on there. Man, Carnival's doing it big, right, with the celebrities. So glad to have Emeril join the team. And number 4, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk to you about an exciting itinerary come out from Mirai Cruises on the MV Gemini. What is it? A 3-year cruise. You've heard of a year cruise or a world cruise where it's maybe like 8, 9 months and things like that. This is a 3-year cruise. It's going all over the world. You're going to be able to enjoy places like the pyramids, Machu Picchu, the Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, Rio de Janeiro to see the Christ the Redeemer statue. And what's different between this and like other world cruises is because it's such a lengthy time for the cruise, they'll go to popular destinations like Singapore and actually stay there for like 5, 6, 7 nights. So you really get immersed. I mean, it's a really immersive travel experience to go around the world. I was very surprised by the price point. It starts off at like $90,000. Now, of course, that's going to be for an inside cabin, but I have seen some cruises less than a year for that much. They do have this new Starlink Wi-Fi with the ship, which does come included. It comes with your food, beverages, the Wi-Fi, and gratuities for that price. And so they have the Starlink, the new Starlink satellite. So if you're able to work remotely, you can do so from the ship. They've actually converted the casino space on that ship into office space. So if you need to go have like a virtual office space meeting or something like that, you can do so right there from the ship. So I mean, it is really a portable office for you while you're traveling to see the world. I mean, that is just so exciting. I wish that, you know, we were in that opportunity to do that thing where we weren't tied to being, you know, home in Florida. But man, what an exciting opportunity for a lot of people to be able to do that, to be able to work remotely and travel and see the world at the same time for 3 years. Truly amazing. And there's some different options too, where you can trade off with people on the ship. So some people have the cabin for the first year, you can pick up on the second year. So there's some different options there too that may make it a little bit more affordable. But what an exciting adventure on this ship. It holds 1,074 guests on board this ship, so it's, you know, not a huge ship, so it would be a very intimate experience as well. And I'm sure after all that time at sea, you'll make a lot of family or friends. Traveling with people like that around the world, you will make lifelong friends. So very exciting to see that. I've never seen one that long and that immersive, so it's really a cool option. Well, I want to thank you for watching Travel and News, ladies and gentlemen. If we can help you book that dream vacation, you can please reach us at 877-697-4470. Or you can book your trip right online yourself at www.mr-traveler.com. Either way, we'll be glad to help you book that dream vacation and help make memories for you and your family. All right, guys, life's short. Have fun. Get on there and see you.